Thanks, Tina. Sounds like the studios have got some impressive projects in the work.
But the big studios aren't the only ones churning out content these days, whether it comes to movies or TV shows. Here with some insight into what streaming services now mean for content production is Becca Malberg with Netflix versus Network. Take it away, Becca.
Thanks, guys. Well, technology is ever-changing in our society, and with it are the ways we watch television. With streaming services such as Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime all significantly cheaper than a cable bill, more young adults are turning to streaming services over TV subscriptions. With the shift in viewing mediums has come a shift in cable content. Now more than ever, networks are leaning on reality broadcasting, sports broadcasting, and awards programming. Basically anything that's worth watching live. But that has also benefited the TV networks. I mean, reality shows are significantly cheaper to produce than scripted programming, so the shift in content does have its pros. And streaming sites have their pros too, and their cons. For those creating the content, there are huge pros. With streaming services, you have the ability to know exactly what people are watching, which means you can design content specific to the likes of your audience. Now, there's no longer the guesswork of trying to judge viewership based on a few Nielsen families. The viewership numbers are easily read, and this means that we, as streaming service users, have the ability to decide which shows get picked up for another season and which do not. It's a power trip, and I've been using it to my full advantage. However, streaming services do have their cons as well. On streaming services, a show's season is typically released all at once, meaning that people expect the next season to be back even sooner, even though it takes just as long to film that season. Now, impatience is worn down for a season too, but I guess that's a small price to pay. I mean, literally, since the streaming packages are generally affordable. So, do we think that this will harm the network television of today? I don't know if it'll harm it per se, but it'll for sure change the content of what's on television. The way we get our entertainment is ever changing, and providers are doing their best to keep up with those changes, and my hat is off to them. Now, for a more in-depth look at the discussion of Netflix versus network, check out episode 14 of the Real Deal podcast at realdealbsu.com.